this will be the last thing that we're going to get out of here. Um, Ladies and gentlemen, I'm probably one of the nicest people that you're ever going to come across. So it will behoove you not to make an enemy out of me. I'm glad I turned around and looked at that because you're not about to give me, there was no copyright or anything. There we go. Okay, I'll read that in a minute. So, like I say, it's best if you don't make an enemy out of me because number one, it's pointless, and number two, your angle is lacking context. So why would you even do that to yourself? So there was a situation on Saturday. First thing Saturday morning, somebody decided to go off on me. Guilty by association, I guess. Ladies and gentlemen, if I rock with you, I rock with you. I don't care what's going on outside of us. You my people, you my people. I was modded in I'll leave the names out of it. I was modded in somebody's room. It was a couple of months ago, ladies and gentlemen. And there was a situation that was going on where it involved one of the pillars of the Black manosphere. And that's the only context I'm giving you. It led to somebody trying to stop a message or ultimately stop somebody from making money, to that individual packing up somebody in the most intellectual way. Now, people had a lot of things to say about that because that was going on for about maybe a day or two. And honestly, things, when it comes to things on social media, particularly Clubhouse, it's really going to last a day or two. We're going to be on to something else. This individual has not let that L sink in. That L hurted her so bad that she brings this up every single time. Nobody's thinking about this situation. She keeps bringing it up. Like, look at this person that he decides to be with. You're saying this, you're saying that, and all this other stuff. I was like, it's like nobody cares. We only think about this because you continue to bring it up. You can bring up whatever this gentleman's lady, how she looks or whatever. You can bring that up all you want. It doesn't live up to the fact that what was accused of you doing and what seed was birthed from that. That's going to hold top priority over what you're trying to expose him to be. Doesn't matter. But you keep bringing this up every single time. I went into this young lady's room. Shout out to her. And I started to get yelled at or cussed at or whatever the case may be. The only thing I articulated to this person was, get your facts right and pick another target. That's all I said to her. She continued to do what she do. All the yelling, cussing, or whatever. I just sat in that room because I'm not running from anything. Matter of fact, the person in the room thought I ran. I was like, huh? She was like, oh, I didn't see you on stage. I was like, I don't run from anything. So I stood there in that room the whole time. She circled back to say something to me again. I just started playing gifts of me reading the newspaper, me reading a book, me yawning, me tapping my fingers, me giving her a thumbs up. Like I was undermining her what she was saying, because it's like it's not landing. It's like, because number one, nobody cares when it comes to domestic shit. Nobody cares about what I have to do with it. And matter of fact, here's the crazy part: I have nothing to do with it. I have nothing to do with what you did, and I have nothing to do what was alleged that you did. But here we are. Because you are mad of the people that was associated. Matter of fact, the stage I was modded on, he has nothing to do with what you got going on. Your beef is really with that individual that packed you up on the most intellectual fundamentals I've ever seen in my life. Because like I said, once you play with somebody's money, all bets are off. With that happening, you said what you said, and I was like, you know what? She wants my attention. Bet. And that's why I tried in my room. You want my attention? Bet. Because she also said earlier in this room that she was anonymous in that room that I was modded in. I said, cool. You don't have to be modded. You don't have to go up anonymous. I want you to come in my room and you can say what you want to say. You can say what you want to say. She screenshot it and showed the whole stage and tried to call me on that. I'm like, and again, gifs, emojis, whatever. I'm like, okay, so you're trying to shame the fact that I'm not running? She said, it's weird, it's all this other stuff. And some dude said, man, it's like, man, if you got time to talk about women, you ain't getting enough pussy right. I was like, first of all, you tender dick, pandering, simp bitch. Once you elevate yourself to the realms of, how can I say this? I don't pedestalize pussy because I don't pedestalize women. Let me say that again. I don't pedestalize pussy because I don't pedestalize women. That's going to go over a lot of people's head. Shout out to the smart ones that got what I just articulated. So because I don't put that on the pedestal, you can't use that as a weapon against me, ever. And it's going to odd that a man try to use pussy as a weapon against me. No, I won't go there. I'll leave that alone. So, with that, I don't run from any fight. I'm not running. Matter of fact, I welcome it. Why did I create a room and send her a link? Because I want you to know that you want to have a conversation, we can have it. However, because she was doing all this yelling and her mind is made up, I don't go back and forth with restarts. Shout out to Cell and Raw giving me that word to use. That's actually been helping me a lot. I don't argue with a bunch of restarts. So I was like, you're going to get the opportunity. Now you get to get the full opportunity of how I feel about you in this situation. By all the things that you did leading up to that situation. Because I never really gave my take on it in its entirety. I might briefly speak on it here and there and kept it moving. But since you want my full-fledged take on what I think about what you did, cool. I can do that. And I did. And ladies and gentlemen, that was a love tap of what I did. Because she said all the things that was alleged against her was not true. All the things that was said against her was not true. So that's why in that room, I said allegedly. To this young lady that I'm speaking of, the person that intellectually packed you up had paperwork on you. This person that exposed you for what you did has paperwork on you. Be happy that person only kept it to Clubhouse. Because he could have brought that on YouTube anytime. But the reason why he probably didn't, if he didn't, because I don't think he did, I could be wrong. Nobody cares. Nobody, when people don't care to think about you or that situation. Matter of fact, when you pop up in these rooms, we're already talking about something different. And you can contribute to the conversation. And we can keep it pushing because nobody cares. But you keep bringing this up because you're hurt. And on top of that, I found out you stay 4 hours from me. You and the people involved stay in a city that is 4 hours from where I'm at right now. So, let me say this. You said it's not true. There's paperwork that says it is. And based off of where this paperwork came from, I know it to be true. I will still do my due diligence to go verify first. But if we come to the conclusion that we all know to be true now, let me say this. What I did yesterday was a love tap. What I did yesterday, again, was a love tap. Because if I wanted to take your head off your shoulders, figuratively speaking, I can. If you ever in your motherfucking life address me like that again, we are going to have a paperwork party on YouTube. I will expose you to a new audience that you never knew existed. And if I expose you to this audience that you never knew existed, kiss your job goodbye. Because the type of profession that you're in is predicated, one of the things that is predicated on that you have some type of moral integrity. The actions that was done, the actions that you did allegedly may not get you fired all the way, but depending on what location you work at, it probably will. It's all the things that you have done leading up to that will make sure that it will get you fired. Since you like to play with other people's money. So, I have never in my life did a paperwork party on anybody. I have called out a couple of people for what they said and dog walked them across my page. Yes, I have. If what was told to me is true, and technically I have every reason to believe that is true because of where the sources are coming from, I'm telling you this right now. It's not doxing if it's public record. Let me take this off so you understand that I'm not playing. It's not doxing if it's public record. It's not doxing if it's public record. You call me out like that again, and I will ruin you by introducing you to people who never knew you existed and who will actually be more interested into figuring out who the fuck you are. Yes, Charlie, yes, I'm talking about Clubhouse. because there's some of the things that you're doing is child's play. I can show you how a grown-up plays this game, and I can show you how it can cost you in real life. There's so many ways I can destroy you, but I'm showing grace. I can do it on YouTube and keep it on YouTube, or I can actually take a 4-hour drive to your location, and I can talk to the parties involved. Maybe that's a little bit too intellectual for you, although that's very straightforward, because you don't know what to do when it comes to a man like me who's moving this way, who's actually showing you grace. And you got these tender dick simp ass niggas in your crew, and you got these goofy bras that want to back you up, and you guys want to pretend you don't understand what I'm saying. So I'm going to say this. If you play with me again, we can play. I'm going to win, and you're going to lose greatly. In other words,
don't fucking play with me, nigga! Rookie mistake. Don't do it again. Don't do it again.
Final fucking warning. Trust me, people say they can take it to hell. I can take you to the 9 gates of hell. Don't play with me. That's your final warning.